Welcome back to Alpha Mods, everybody. So today we're in my office and we're going to be doing a little bit of research and a little bit of looking into the battery on the Giulia, what comes from the factory, and what we end up inevitably changing it to, and why we end up changing it to the AGM battery. So basically, I'm going to explain my symptoms here. My car, I changed the coils, I changed the spark plugs, I went through a series of different things trying to figure out why I was having a little bit of a rough cold start. I understand that the car goes through its cold start thing and has a little bit of blurps or whatever along the way. But my car was kind of missing more than it should on startup. It wasn't throwing me codes. It did one time, never multi-air related, never anything like that. It was just a random misfire detected. And it was one time when it was really cold outside and it was rainy. But I also checked the IBS, which shows the percentage of battery. When it gets below 76%, the battery gets a little funky, starts doing a little weird stuff. Rear defroster might not work. Your start light might get activated, things like of that nature. So I decided, okay, I'm going to charge up my battery that I have. So I ended up getting the C-Tech 5.0 charger, charged that battery up, cranked up my car, and it started like a complete champ. So I knew I was going in the right direction with replacing this battery. So what I did is I went to Costco and I got a battery and I replaced it. Okay, so before I get ahead of myself, I ended up getting a Duralast H8 with the same exact specs as the Interstate, and I thought, okay, well, it's not going to be a big deal. Let me install that, which you're going to see some footage of that here in a little bit. I installed that battery and it was just no good. Like, it wasn't holding charge well. I could tell something was up with it. So I went back to the store. I had them basically give me a refund on it. I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. I'm going to go ahead and do the Interstate way. I might as well go with what everybody else is doing because it seems to be the thing that works. So just wanted to let you guys know, I did start off with the Duralast and I ended up with the Interstate. The Interstate has been great so far. I've been driving around with it for quite a bit of time. It even went to the Alfa dealership and had to sit and wait around for service for a little bit, but they did end up fixing my car. But again, it had to sit in service for a little bit and still started up with no issues when I got it back. So with that being said, we're going to hop on to the internet here for a minute and I'm going to show you guys a couple of things, and then we're going to go into the garage and I'm going to slightly explain the replacement process. This is more of an informational video than it is the replacement part. I'm still going to show you guys how to do that, but keep in mind it's not going to be too in-depth. It's just going to be showing, kind of. So we'll hop on into the internet real quick and then we'll shoot on into the garage. AGM battery, the 95 AH with the 900 cold cranking amps, and basically this seems to be the general consensus replacement battery for the Giulia. So if you look on any of the forums, they're always going to recommend the Interstate. I don't blame them because I tried Duralast, didn't really work out too well for me. So I'm definitely going to recommend this one as well. What I do want to mention here is that our Giulias do have a intelligent alternator. So it's not always charging. And this is exactly why a lot of people go from the factory Verita EFB battery and they go to a AGM battery. Now, the AGM batteries, for some reason, they end up having a better tolerance to not being used as often as the EFP battery from the factory, which is completely great for people who don't drive the Giulia all that often, as you guys can see here on the searching the forums. Now, if we go to the Costco website, we can find this battery for $170. Now, that is an amazing deal, especially when you're considering you're getting such a high quality battery for a great price. Now, in order to search this using their Find a Battery, you're going to have to use the 2012 Maserati Quattroporte V8 standard. So that's how you find it if you're going to use the online search, if you're going to order it online, or if you're going to go into the warehouse and you're going to ask them, because their system is kind of dated and does not have Alfa Romeo listed. Again, this is not the only battery that works. This is just the most accessible one here in the US. Now, if you're overseas, you want to use the Verita H8 AGM, there's also that one. That one works absolutely great as well from what I hear from one of my friends. And I just want to be clear on one thing. I'm not saying that the factory battery is worthless and you shouldn't use it, because there's been plenty of people that use the EFB battery from the factory and they're fine. Now, with that being said, it's just the overall trend that I've seen that people end up switching to the AGM batteries just because they seem to do better overall with this car. So that's what I would recommend, and that's what I'm going to be showing you guys here in a minute. We're going to go, and luckily we don't have an IBS system that needs recoding like BMW or some other cars. We're just basically taking the old battery out, plopping the new one in, and the IBS will calibrate on its own and it'll learn the new recharging characteristics. And no, you do not have to do anything special. Your car is not going to explode switching from EFB to AGM. It'll be completely fine. So let's go ahead and plop out the battery and I'll show you guys. The last time I did this video, I basically did it at night, and there was just not very much that I could show you guys. But what I did want to show you guys is you have the quick disconnect here. So this is the order in which you do things to remove this battery. You take the quick disconnect, you pull that off. Then you use a 10mm to go at that nut that is right here. As you guys can see, it's right where I'm pointing at there. And so once you do that, you remove the post from the terminal on the battery, and then you remove this cover right here from the IBS. Excuse me. So on the IBS, you basically have these two little Phillips, and it's literally two plastic, a little plastic insert that is held in by the two Phillips screws right there. You remove that, and it basically lets the IBS, don't touch anything over here. There's like zero reason to touch anything over here on the IBS. And then lastly, so you guys can see right here, I'm going to put my finger on it. This is the positive terminal. You basically push in and out, and I'll put a little clip from my video in the dark because I actually did it. But we're going to flip that up to loosen it. But you push in and out, and it'll allow you to remove all of this at one time instead of doing things like trying to remove anything over here. Don't do that. So just unscrew here and here, and then remove the positive piece, and that's how you get it off. And then when you reinstall it, it's reverse order. So you're going to put in the positive stuff first, take your cap, get that, let it slide right back on there. It'll hold in place, and then you go back to your negative side over here and you reinstall everything from there. That way, when you're wrenching away, make sure this cover's on so that the wrench doesn't short out over here. And that's basically how you do it. I went with the, I guess, Alfa Romeo Giulia form's favorite, the H8 Interstate, and there is a part number 1624801 AGM battery. I just want to let you guys know that there is a post over here. So the easiest and best way to do this is to come around here, and it takes a couple of yanks, but you basically yank that out. And right back here, you have your vent, and you have this 10mm tightener for the post. If you remove this right here, which is held on by a, I guess you can see it right there better, a little trim piece and another little trim piece right here. Use your trim tool remover. You can gain access, and you'll be able to slide the bracket in and out so that it holds your battery in place. And then putting it back is really simple. It's just a matter of doing that. So now that you have the battery replaced, you're gonna start the car. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys real quick. I might as well. So I'm gonna turn off the car. I'm gonna unplug my negative terminal, and the order in which it goes is your positive terminal is gonna go first. You're gonna put all that back together here, and then you're gonna put your negative in last. So I'm gonna go ahead and reconnect it so you guys can see what it's gonna look like in the cabin. Now that I start that, you'll see all these error codes. Well, you simply just hold, turn all the way to the other side, hold, come back, clear everything out, done. So that is how you replace your battery on a 2017 through 2024 Alfa Romeo Giulia. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Whatever you guys do, just don't arc the things together. And I mean, honestly, it's pretty straightforward. There's no programming needed. The IBS system will basically recalculate itself as you drive around. So if you already have a symptom like your rear defroster's not working or whatever, and you put the new battery in and you're like, why is it still not working? Well, it needs to recalibrate. So just give it a little bit of time and everything will be back to normal, maybe in a week of driving around. So hopefully that kind of explains. And again, another reason why people do this is if you're starting your car and it sounds like it's kind of missing a little bit. It's because the battery may be good enough to start the car, but it's not good enough to 100% get all the systems going. So you may have like a slight misfire or something that's not diagnosable by swapping the coils or changing the spark plugs or changing the oil. And you don't have to panic and assume that it's, you know, a multi-air issue, because it's probably a battery thing. So start there if you've already done your spark plugs and your coils and you have a little bit of a misfire. If you have a defroster, rear defroster not working, or start stop unavailable, then immediately start at the battery, because chances are that's what's causing all of this. So hopefully this video was helpful. And if you guys haven't been to the channel before, we do a lot of do-it-yourself stuff. This happens to be a maintenance series, at least this part of it. So subscribe and like, and there'll be tons more videos like this coming out on a regular basis. Alpha Mods out.